Shalom, y'all. What's going on? Now I want to talk about this one. Um, this is what True keeps drawing. All right, this is what True keeps drawing. All right, it's not a whale, but that's what she's trying to describe it as, a whale. But it's a perfect way to explain what True Thompson is trying to say. This was 2013. This was 2013. All right, and there were two of these ships. All right, this was during the Disney's Ant Farm episode, season 3, Attack of the Angels. All right, and we left. Now this is the left ship. I'm only showing the left one. All right, the ship on the left. I need to draw better. The ship on the left. And this is where True is, where I met her at. I drew all of this already in the comic. I was very careful. It took me a lot of months because I'm not good at drawing, so a lot of erasing, a lot of retracing. I had to use stuff to like make straight lines and stuff. So that's what I did here, and use something to make a straight line. The ship, it looks like this, a bird. Now in this area is what they call the cockpit area. It's the front. Everybody that drives the ship and handles the helm type stuff. That's the front. There's a headquarters there, sleeping quarters, food and things like that. That's for the people that run the ship as far as driving and stuff. The main people. There's a box here. Look like a box office, but it looked like an eye of the bird. But inside of that eye, it looked like a window when you see people in there. All right. True, I met here in 2013, like in this area, somewhere in this area, and went on the side of the ship. Bud is there, Cordell is there as well. That was 2013. I was at Aunt Rare's house. That's what happened when I was in a seizure, and she video recorded me having a seizure. This is where we went. It's Disney's Ant Farm, and we left. I got shot in the chest by Optimus Prime. I had a seizure, but I survived, and then we ran for it, and then made it to the ships. I wasn't supposed to keep living after this. All right, I was supposed to die and not come back to my body, and this was a beautiful place, all that type stuff. It was beautiful presence. True Thompson was here before her name was True Thompson. We went to the concert and things like that, all of that. We were supposed to be married at this point and be together from this point on, but now she's on Earth and she's a little girl, so it looks stupid and funny, so it's like almost like no point in even really talking about it. But this is what she's drawing. All right, now on the back of this, I just made it yellow. That's the energy. That's like the torque that's pushing us, or the drive, the rudder. That rocket blast is pushing us. All right, so that's the energy that's pushing out from the tail of it, and it shoots really big like that. It blasts us, and we go real fast, something like Star Trek, but it's actual energy that blasts that big. All right, so we can go fast, slow, we can slow down, whatever the case. Even if we're going really, really slow, the energy still shoots out the back, real big, like a bright light, but it doesn't torque as strong. So the ship is still moving in deep, dark, dense space, but so it gotta still have some energy to it. Maybe the energy cut off, which is why True came down here to see what was going on with me, because the power went off. Maybe. The bird's wings go straight down like this when it's going real fast, or it can stretch out in like bird wings. And like I said, this is how sharp red look. But our ship is white. They like white birds, big white ship birds, whatever. Just big white ships, but they're birds. All right, and there's one on the left, one on the right. Now, China and us, we was on the right. I got shot in the chest and stuff, so I laid down on the seat. And China and Zendaya got into it, and then China punches Zendaya off the ship on the right side. On the left side, True is looking like, what the fuck, what the fuck, and because I had to come back down here. And save Zendaya. Zendaya's falling like right here, because she got punched off the ship on the right, and they looking like, what the fuck? That's the picture that you saw them when they was looking at like this little screen. They playing at some little play center. They were all little baby girls still, and this looked like a screen of a planet Earth that they looking at on the screen. That's what they were looking at, like her falling back to what looked like the planet Earth, the ball planet Earth, with all the planet, all of that. The planet Earth. It looked like she falling back to that. So that's what they were looking at. It's a story in the whole thing. All right. So True and them, they were mad at me because I went back. Not, I don't know if they mad because I went back down or because I've been taking too long. Why am I still here? Type of thing. So now they ended up having to come down here and be born because there was like probably a clash going on in the ship, and there was some kind of clash or whatever. Aunt Dorothy is also here. You can find Aunt Dorothy in here somewhere. Yeah, Aunt Dorothy, like Grandma Gloria and Aunt Dorothy, she's on the left ship as well. Safe. I drew that as well. But this is what the ship looked like. So that's what True Thompson keeps drawing, like whales, and it's not really whales, it's just a ship. And we're in deep dark space, and so it looked like we're just swimming under deep water or something, like really deep under the water, swimming. That's what it looked like. So yeah, I'm True's husband, but now that she's born, I'm random smandom stranger guy, so it looks funny. It's pedophilia. You got all the cards that they playing because we got human flesh involved now. But True is like, she's tall like she was, and I drew in a comic, she's tall. We have a daughter. She has curly hair, bushy curly hair, and we have a concert. She got ranked. She run the left ship. She run this whole left ship with me. But my human side, when I came into Earth, got a soul and all that stuff, is on the right side of the ship. But the left side is for those who live holy lives, or those who are unborn. They did not come into the physical Earth yet. So 2 ships for a reason. Both ships are gonna make it. I think one of the ships may have got taken over, like on some what's that called? Asgard mess, when Incredible Hulk came into Asgard and they was all going crazy and they got blown up, and then Thanos came and beat up Chris Hemsworth, beat up Thor and left everybody in there for dead. That's what happened to the right ship, I believe. That's what they was trying to say about that. What happened to the right ship? Now the left ship is still good, I believe, but you have to ask True. This is her ship. She keep drawing the whale. She keep drawing. I got to get back to my ship. That's what she need me for. But it's all about the story. Like, if my story pans out, if I'm telling the truth, if I'm right, if I'm me, then we can get back to the ship, get the ship back powered up through me. Because when I sit down in my seat, the energy that's in my soul or in my meta body, the life force that's within it is pure white life. It powers the whole ship. But if I'm not there, the ship is not powered. So that's the reason why she probably is mad, But I'm a grown man, 40 years old. She ain't gonna look at me like how she look at me on the ship, unless she get to the age where she realize, like, oh, it is you. And she start remembering memories. Maybe she don't remember everything, but when she do start remembering certain things, then I'll know how she really feeling like it's me. We did have in the meta since she's been born on Earth. I had to babysit her, and Tristan and Chloe went out on a date or something. This was the whole metaphysical world. I had to babysit True Thompson, and we went to the concert. That's how I knew it was True Thompson. That's how I knew it was her, because we went to the concert. I'm like, oh, it's like just like we did in the concert. She's trying to tell me, yeah, it's me. Then she started talking to me like a grown woman, but Chloe wasn't around. She started talking to me like a grown woman. She wasn't slurring her speech. She was talking very clear, very straight, and she was talking with knowledge, like a whole grown. It would have scared the hell out of all of the Kardashians the way she was talking to me. But she was talking to me like letting me know it's her, this, that, and the third, blah blah blah. And so I just sat on the couch with her, next to her, waited for Chloe and Tristan to come. But I never left the house. I stayed or whatever. So I guess it's like a permanent babysitter or something like that. But I stayed. And then I woke up. Blah, blah, blah. So it was me. But it was a sign to let me know that what I drew in a comic and stuff like that all was true. It was True Thompson. It was her. But something happened with the sisters there and her servants. There might have been a split, a clash, a disagreement. Something might have happened. But I just wanted to say that. There's also like this a window here. It's like a window here. Oop, my bad. It's like a window here that comes across. It's like a window there, and then if you zoom all the way in, it's like a big vicinity, like something like the Citadel if you play Mass Effect, or something like Balaam Garden if you play Final Fantasy VIII, something like that. But when you go inside, it's nice in there and stuff. You can look out windows, read books, do stuff, chat with people. You have a cafe area, like a food hall area. You only eat fruits and vegetables. There's no meat to be eaten and stuff like that. It's a learning center. So if you go in here, like in this area, if you go like in somewhere in this area, when I come, I have my car with me, my Plasma Force GT8. I have my car with me. I come in. My car look like that. I come in. We got wings. So it comes in, and there's like Star Wars when they stop at the thing. They stop at the tip, and then they hover down and let you off, and then you gotta walk. You gotta walk across the like the plank type of thing. You gotta walk across the little deck or something like that. It's like that. So I come in, stop here, and then I had to walk across the thing, come in, and then you see True, and then I meet her, give her a hug, and then I had left back out. I left back out the house. That's what True probably mad. I left back out the house on some, she's like, why you left, mess? Left back out the house and stuff and came down here. And now I'm still here, but she wanted to know because Zendaya got, left behind. So I had to like make sure grandma's safe and stuff, because with the world. So that's probably what she'd be mad about, that I left after the concert. I left back out and didn't come back. I'm still here on physical earth talking about it now, and she's like in the Kardashians mad as shit, wanting to beat me up and shit. I'm thinking that I left her for somebody. Like, who down here on earth is so important that you in love with that you leave me for her and shit? But no, it wasn't that. It's just things happen stupidly, and people need help, and it ended up being a special case, and you ended up being here more years than what you should have been. Now, when I was supposed to have died, it wasn't pain or nothing. It was like I went to sleep, a beautiful good night's sleep, comfortable as ever. It was warm in the house, nice blankets. Even though I was sleeping in my aunt's living room, it was warm blankets, sleeping nice and stuff. It was just had a nice dinner that night and stuff. Then next thing you know, I'm here, and I was supposed to have been gone. I wasn't supposed to wake up. I was supposed to stay asleep. And then my aunt was supposed to find me dead. And then, the whole sob story, crying and my nephew did. Then I go to my, that type of thing. Like how it happened to my guardian that you called Dwight Raynard Gibson Sr. He died in his sleep. But the way he looked, it was like he saw something fearful, they said. Like he saw something fearful. With me, I just went to sleep. And I had a peaceful sleep, and I went, and I was on the ship. So I was supposed to die the same way. I was supposed to die before him, but the same way in my sleep. But I was peacefully asleep. I had no pain, no suffering, no nothing. I just went to sleep, came up here. I got shot in the chest, left, came up here, met True. Maybe that's what happened to him too. Maybe he got shot in the chest by Optimus Prime too, but didn't make it. But I got shot in the chest by Optimus Prime, and I made it. Woke up with a heart attack. Then I started shaking or whatever. And then I went to sleep again that night, and I made it to the ship. It was like Lenticular 3D, all right? Lenticular 3D, if you know what that is, you can look it up. Lenticular 3D. So Lenticular 3D is what it was like. So when you're awake, you can see in the meta just as a sensory, on a high sensory level as if you were asleep. So no matter if you were awake or asleep, you still can see. And now I had a moment of that, but when I got shot in the chest by Optimus Prime, I started fading away. And then by the time I got to the ship on the right side, the right ship, on the right, my eyes went closed. But then Zendaya got punched, and I jumped out of my body, butt naked, came down here on some mess, on some bad blood, Taylor Swift, on some Taylor Swift mess. Jumped out on some Taylor Swift mess. This is Zendaya flying out by China. face broken on the side right here. It's all broken and stuff because China punched her. Pow! Face broke, fall out the window. I come down to save her and stuff. And then, but I did come back temporarily to come back here to the ship to tell True what happened. Then came back out and then flew. I got wings on my ship. So I'm on my stuff is like real tight, So I came back down to, and I've been out here for some time and I haven't seen the ship since. I haven't seen the ship since I left in 2013. Then we took flight in 2015 with Kylie, and it was just a mess, man. All of this stuff was a mess. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I was supposed to have been dead, man. I was supposed to have been dead. In 2015, I was supposed to have left in 2015, but it was a reason why I wasn't supposed to die at that time because since I met back up with my sister Kylie, and I remember who she was. Before I came to Earth, I was supposed to be with her on the Kardashians. So from the Philippines in 2015, I was supposed to come all the way and be on the show called The Kardashians and be with her and then live and die with her. That's why I'm still alive and I'm all the way here in California in Santa Monica. I'm supposed to be on the show. But because I can't compromise myself and my holiness, it's taking an extremely long time or nearly is never going to happen. So I'm still just here sitting like I'm like not doing anything. People like, you better get a job or look like I need to get a job. But I'm just supposed to be on a Kardashian. I'm supposed to be with Kylie because we are together up here. We are winged up too and we flying too. It's another ship. You could say it's a third ship, but it's actually us. So I believe that these are different ships that are just flying. Ray is her own ship. Nabina is her own ship. Me and Kylie, we are our own ship. Now, each ship has a male and female within it. Okay, so what Ray and her ship is her and Keyshawn. They're just on Earth as mother and son, but it's actually husband and wife. And they're the red bird. Then you have Nabina and her husband, which is Hef, who was supposed to be my son. They're together, but Hef stayed behind. He didn't want to be born because if he was going to be born, it wasn't going to be through me. Somebody was going to play a trick and try to take him from me. And it wasn't supposed to be like that because he was supposed to be the last soul house so that the next generation have more time. But he's not born, so he stays. He has blue eyes. He has blue eyes like the color is blue and it shines, and Nabina lives within him. So they're husband and wife. They have that purple situation or they have their own ship. But they ride with me as well because I did it the soul way. So they ride with my soul house, Kylie and I. So everybody's within Kylie and I, the gold soul bird house or whatever the case. We do have a bird form. Maybe our body can transform into like a human form and back and forth between the human form and the bird form. So maybe we're not even taking steps right now. We just suspended and took a moment, just got far away and took a moment and then wait for ourselves to come. But we have a lot of people. We can get the Earth from within our bird ship. We can get there if we teleport. There's like a little gate. But yeah, man. Yeah, so True. I was supposed to ride with True the rest of the way. Just gonna ride with True, man. On some Tatum mess. When I did first leave before Kylie and this was 2015, was it 2015? It was still 2015, but this was before Kylie caught up to me. When I left, I finally reached the celestial universal system. So I exited the imaginary universe, entered into the celestial universe, and Uncle Gabriel was there, looking like a bird like this, except he was green. Yeah, he was green or whatever. Yeah, green. And he gave me a ride. Uncle Gabriel, he might be dark, might be, but green. I know Kim comes from green. Kim Kardashian comes from green. But it was Uncle Gabriel. He picked me up and it said on the side of his ship, Gabriel. big, huge. He looked sharp. Eyes were sharp as ever. He was looking like a person, but he was a bird, and you can tell he was thinking like a person, just by when you was like looking at him and stuff. Like he a bird, but he can talk to you like a person and stuff. It was funny. You couldn't like play with him or nothing like that. He was just like, down to earth, but he was like suspended. So I got in, Uncle Gabriel, in my ship. I got into my ship. My Plasma Force GT8 got into my ship. Bam! I came right up in. He opened the door for me. Went right in the door, and then I sat down in the seat, and then we took off because I had already made it the first time, and then the second time he gave me a ride out. And these are different times. And then that's when Kylie ended up catching up. She popped the right ankle, healed the right ankle, and then everybody's just running together and then trying to hold each other and stuff, like carrying each other and stuff like that. But in my body, I think I'm carrying a lot of people, but it's still a lot of people running with us. You don't see everybody all at once. You just see what you need to see, who you need to see. So yeah, man. So that's for True, man. It's for True, Chloe. But it's mostly for True because that's why she here, because something happened with the ship. And I didn't come back after the concert. Bob Marley was there at the concert and all that. He was actually performing at the concert. Bob Marley and them. And yeah, man, it was nice, man. It was nice as ever. I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. I haven't been on the ship since. My body's still on the ship on the right, torqued out, shot in the chest by Optimus Prime. And, they're using that little liquid to try to put the glass back together to make it look like ain't no more cracks in it. Put that on there because we got the Heaven 5. I got some stuff to like repair my glass, but didn't have anything to repair Zendaya's face. Zendaya got back on the ship, I believe. Didn't have anything to repair her face with until we got to a higher heaven to where we can get something to repair her face, the left side of her face. But, in all of this, it's a lot of stuff going on. But that's just what I want to say about that. That's for True to see. It's not a whale, it's a bird, but we're going through deep space. It's like we're swimming and stuff, because like you got that fin in the back just pushing us. It's like we swimming or something like that with the back fin, but it's just we're pushing with like a rocket through deep, dark space, and it's very dense, like deep, deep water, and we just going forward through space. So you can say it looked like a whale, but yeah, that's all it is. So she wanted me to explain, not necessarily this part. She just wanted me to explain why I left part. Like, she just wanted me to explain that part. Where I've been at. That's my ship looked like a shoe, but it looked better than that. It just got wings and stuff. So I left back out. So that's all she want me to explain. Where you at and shit. I know that the whale looks like this, but it's like where the fuck is you at? I'm a little girl, but why the fuck I even gotta be down here and shit with parents and shit, talking about some pedophilia shit, where the fuck is you at and shit. All these restrictions and shit was like making her mad and shit, like all this stuff in her way now. Whereas though before, she's in charge of her own ship and nobody tell her what to do. I can get to her, she can get to me. Nobody would even question her or me. We just together, like nobody stopping us from being together. On Earth, it's gonna be all kinds of obstacles and shit, so it feel different. So it make you madder and shit. Especially because you're a little girl now. It's like, dang, you're a little girl and stuff. I don't want to get locked up, girl. You tripping. So, and it's like, oh, you the stranger. Who's this stranger guy saying all this random shit about you and making shit up? All of that stuff people can say now that we on Earth. I'm making stuff up. I'm a random guy. I'm this random ass fan. This is a random guy that he got a thing for little girls. Like anything you could say on Earth about it. because you might not have seen this. Especially people that's, you know, downstairs, they'll say any fucking thing because they don't see upstairs. So they'll say any fucking thing. But people that's from upstairs will be like, damn, that's true, but how the fuck can we do anything about that, you know? But at least I can tell her that it's me. And what happened, Zendaya got kicked off the ship on the right side. So that's why I didn't stay. That's why I'm still here. And just by me coming back, down here, a lot more people were able to be salvaged. I was able to save a lot more people and stuff. But I am ready to go, man. I just want to go the same way. Like, the only thing I'm scared about is, like, I want to go the same way that I left the first time. Like, every time from 2013 to 2018, when I took the last right step with Kylie, all that, man, I want to go the exact same way. I just went to sleep one night and I was gone. Just know I'm not coming back, but then you wake up and shit. So I know that's where I'm supposed to be when I die in flight. But on the ship is so much there, so much livelihood, so many people. You don't need to eat, you don't need to breathe. The energy within you is just talks. You with the Most High, so you don't need to inhale or exhale. You don't get hungry enough, and you don't feel hungry enough. And, you know, that feeling of not being hungry, I felt too. And then I had to wake up hungry and shit. Oh no, hope my stamps ain't going out. People will hold money over your head, food over your head. They use earth to, like, rule you and conquer you and shit. But when you on the ship, boy, it's like you don't need to eat or nothing, yo. You feel like you gonna live forever and ever and ever and shit. It's the best feeling in the world to not have to eat, but you can eat, but you don't have to and shit. It's the best feeling in the world. But now you on earth, people still fucking with you and shit, using shit over your head to try to control you and have authority over you and shit, because we mixed with fucking fallen angels and shit like that. So it's like, you know, whatever. But yeah, man, the whale, what we gonna call it? The whale bird. The reason I guess you're saying is the whale because, you know, true. What's in water? Whales are in water, they big, so it's the best thing to use. The whale bird. Call it whale bird. The whale bird. Alright, but I don't want to talk about my Plasma Force GT8. The first time I drove this car was in 2015. The original looks like what you call a Tesla, the little box Teslas that first came out. They're a real triangle. The original ones that actually are real UFOs, if you would, they are all silver, but they are pointy like triangles. But it look like a car, but like a sharp triangle. But Tesla was trying to, you know, do that, but it wasn't because of anything except for what already was seen in the heavens. You know, there are cars or chariots that look like actual cars and stuff, but real sharp. So it's all silver. It suspends. It does not sit on anything. It doesn't have a noise. It doesn't have any kind of propeller noise. Nothing. You don't hear a sound from it. It's just like a silver. It's like a piece of silver just sitting in the sky, like there's a glitch in the game or something like that. That's what it looked like, a glitch in the game, or just a piece of silver triangle sitting in the sky. Like, what the fuck? But it's a UFO. So the first time I seen that was in 2015, but that's when I ended up leaving, and that was when I drew the Plasma Force GT8. So yeah, I was supposed to have left in 2013. They came back 2015. I was supposed to left, but I ended up still living because I became a rabbi and I'm needed now to teach. So whatever, you know. This is a sketch. I know it look all stupid, sketchy and stuff, but I'm not really a good drawer. I really have to take my time on it. And this is a phone that I did this on, so I did okay for a phone. This is how it looks. On the back, there's a window, big huge window in the back. It has a crown on it. I never put the color to it before, so it's the first time I put color to it. The crown to it, the crown is yellow gold. That yellow in the front, it's closed. Okay, it's nothing black on this car. Nothing black on it. It can cloak, yes, but there's nothing black on it. But black is the way that you can see the framing of it. Anyway, so it's all yellow. Yellow front window is circle. It's closed, but when it's open, you can see through it and stuff like that. You get into the car from underneath because it suspends, it hovers. So you get into the car from underneath, you beam up into it. This is like I think the same car that I had when I was in the military, the Sunfire. But now that I'm holy and pure, I can put my own power to it. So now it's the Plasma Force GT8. But Queen Elizabeth rode in this car with me when I first enlisted into the military, and she was flying all over the galaxy on some Mass Effect mess. So there's a big, huge map of the galaxy and all that. You can see. The car has wings. The wings don't exactly look like that, but I had to give you something. The wings on the back, how it looks to the T, so that you can know that it's just not like stupid looking. There are two. Made it so that you can see the gap there, so that you can at least know there are two wings and they move, or whatever the case, up, down, left, right, da da da, whatever the case, and they fly. They move real fast. On the front tip of the car is a yellow crown. So on the back is a crown, and then on the front is a yellow crown like a grill. Along the edge here, I put yellow streaks, but it's actually the name of the Most High in pictograph Hebrew, going all the way around. All right, and it's circular. That's why I drew it like this. You see, it look like kind of like roundy. It's not boxy looking. It's round looking, and it's because that's what it is, round looking. It has stop lights. It has a blinker, which is the yellow is the blinker, left, right. The red is the stop. It stops in air, it flies through the clouds and all that. It flies in heaven 1, heaven 2. It flies anywhere it need to go, as long as you have pure life within it. All right. I didn't want to over sketch it or put too much black into it, so you can see like how it would really look hard. Like this car would look hard if it was, what I'm saying? You can see how hard it could actually look. But that's what it is, a Plasma Force GT8. And I've been riding this car, and that's what I stopped and got out of to see True Thompson. I was driving this. So if she remember anything, or if her memories come back, she will remember the car dropping me off, and I'm walking along the little plankway, to get into the ship to meet her, and then left back out in the car and drove off. The last time she seen me was driving off in this car, because Zendaya got kicked out. I went to see if she was okay, came back, told True that I'll be back and stuff, spent some time with her, then left. But I never came back, so she probably thought it was somebody on Earth that I really loved or something like that. And I know that's probably what she could have been thinking, because I didn't come back. And like I said, True has a lot of servants, so they all knew who I was. You could see my face, my facial features. I had a face, so my face looked like how my face look now. But I can still put it. I can put it no face. I can make it a no face still, so nobody can see who I am or what I look like. But you can see my face because I lived on Earth, and she needed to see my face. But this is the ship on the left side. All of this happened, while the ship on the right side, China's over there, and all of them is over there. Scott Jackson was over there. Selena Ortega was over there. Coco Jones and Dale got kicked off. They was all over there. The early Disney stars of 2012, 2013. They was on the ship. But strange things happened. And then a lot of Jesus Christ worship happened. So it halted the flight, and you couldn't really escape. A lot of the Disney spirits were on our tail, man. Those Disney spirits were on our tail, like Ursula and all of these Disney spirits. They're actual spirits and energies that are suspended in space, or as you call it, space. They're suspended. But I think Disney is an underworld, actually. It might be an underworld, under-meta world. I believe, because it's a Tron world. You gotta fight your way out of it. It's like a voided area somewhere out there. I think it's like as much sky as it is in the. It's like almost as much sky under the earth as it is up on top of the earth where we are. So it can seem like you in space, but that's what you call the imaginary universe. It's under the earth, Tron World type stuff. All of the Disney stuff happen under there. Then you leave out, then you get to, this area, you get to heaven one, and then heaven, you know, heaven two, where the constellations are, which is where we are now, leaving, and then we'll get to, heaven three is Grandma Shekinah Glory. Once you get inside of Grandma Shekinah Glory, she flies the rest of the way. And we're like got past heaven five and all of this stuff. We didn't see a lot of stuff, but we did go past these areas. It's too much stuff going on. You got to keep the children safe on some magic school bus mess. So yeah, man, it's my car, Plasma Force GT8. It's my car. you know um so yeah, I got a lot of stuff, but I don't have a lot of earth stuff. But people, I guess, could take what they see of my stuff. Like, I made this in 2015. I drew this in 2015, so people could have took ideas from what I drew, snatched my stuff up, and got rich off of my stuff, my comics and stuff, and made movies from it and things like that, but didn't know the full story, or didn't know that it was a real story about creation and existence that involved everyone in my comics, and ended up fucking themselves up trying to paint some shit or do some shit to get rich quick scams and schemes off of my comics and stuff like that. You know, it wasn't for them to do that, because a lot of key stuff in that needed to be known for them, for their safety and stuff like that, for the safety and for all kind of different reasons. You're just looking at I guess you're just looking at a pretty painting or something like that. Yeah, so yeah, man, it's a crown on it because I'm royalty. So, you know, the last time True saw me was in this car. So if you show her this car or something like that, maybe she might remember, maybe she might not. Maybe it might trigger her, maybe it might not. But she saw me come and go in this car. Alright. So with that said, Shalom.